Just throwing up some placements out there from Stingray. Hasn't even finished top 16.
Yeah.
In all of 2019. Almost did it at Winter Champs a year ago. A year ago was his best placement in a power rank tournament. And then all of a sudden this year, like, look where he is. The rest is like 25th, 33rd, occasionally like a 129th, some 65s every now and then. But man, what a glow up from Stingray. He wants to claim Most Improved Player award from day one.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he kind of has it. Stingray able to, I mean, we've already talked about it. Stingray took Sandstorm out of the tournament.
Now, we were talking about it in there earlier. Stingray has insane movement.
Oh, his movement is
wild. Is so beautiful. So I'm wondering how Cosolix is going to deal with that. Sidelight dare, switching it up with the sidelight nair. I wonder if he's going to go for the recovery. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
He was doing that multiple times. He did that quite a bit against Boomy. He starts with the dare after the nair in case you go down, and if you go up, then he starts going for the recovery more often after that.
Yeah, usually recovery is either a response to how you react out of the nair, or it's the knockout. Dare is more for the damage, right? Put you back towards the stage so that you can reset for another sidelight nair.
There's the neutral light coming out. Lance to Lance. Nice little spot dodge. It'll be curious if Stingray is able to use his signatures just like all over the place, especially the neutral signature, all over the place. It just creates so much pressure because that is a popular spot to be at. But the way Cosolix plays, you see him mostly controlling the ground.
He's very grounded.
So he might not fall prey to that neutral signature that we were seeing other players get knocked out by.
Wow, nice three-piece coming out from Cosolix. Great patience from Stingray. Recognizes how the signature works. Waited for it, goes for the side signature, but you can see in the top right, Stingray is starting to bleed out already on his second stock.
Now, I love the way Stingray stared down that down signature, that chainsaw. Yeah. It's very clear on Ulgrim where that animation ends, but because it's not like a beam, it's like that fire that's coming out.
Fireworks.
It's not like that full shape. Stingray still knew the perfect spacing on that.
I think it's partly he knew he was outside of it, and he was like, I'm not going to inch forward. Yeah. I know I'm safe here. I'm close enough that I can get my follow-up.
See double nairs coming out. The first one hits. Falling nair coming out from Stingray. Sidelight recovery. Cosolix in a very good spot to take away this second stock from Stingray.
Nice. The pogo into the nair, the weapon toss for additional damage. But Stingray needs to start finding some safer options because Cosolix just needs one hit to knock out Stingray's second stock.
But it has to be a knockout option, which Cosolix hasn't really found yet. He's going in with these side airs that are missing. He's throwing out these nairs, which sometimes are hitting. It's going to be a neutral light from the middle of the stage. The dares he was throwing out earlier were hitting, but aren't going to be the knockout option.
Yeah, it's definitely worth pointing out that Cosolix has been struggling to find that knockout option. He isn't hitting those sidelight stairs that he used to in 2019.
Finding good damage here against Stingray.
Dodge through it.
Going to need a mighty comeback from Stingray here in game one if he's going to be able to deal with Cosolix. Before, he was just completely overspacing the side airs, wasn't really punishing them too much. Finally, he found that perfect spacing, and we're all but even here. Like, they are not far apart at all. Stingray's second stock was fantastic.
Yeah, this is definitely doable for Stingray. Staying close to stacked. Sidelight resets, goes for the sidelight downlight, but Cosolix able to jump out of it.
Neutral light, Stingray now in the red. Cosolix's axe was pretty solid earlier, so it's a little bit curious seeing that he was struggling just a little bit to kill in normal knockout percentages with the lance, that he's not going to go with axe here at all. But it is getting close to dire straits for almost both of these players now. Ooh, nice. There it is!
Sidelight recovery coming out from Cosolix, taking game number one over Stingray.
But you see 669. You spread that out along three stocks. That's
330.
Yeah, that's 310, right? Yeah, wait.
No.
What did I say? 669 or 629? 669.
So it's 223
yeah.
each.
Yeah. 223 per stock. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Optimum efficiency is about 150. That's the most efficient that you'll generally expect from a player going into the 220s. That means Cosolix was struggling a little bit to finish off those stocks of Stingray.
And might not struggle as much here. Ooh! He's trying to do it to Cosolix, what Cosolix has done to so many different players. Starting to command this stage now. Maybe we're seeing why Cosolix didn't want to go towards that axe.
He's just not as comfortable with it. It's going to be the neutral signature coming out from Stingray, and he's going to throw away the lance. Interesting. Despite how well he did on stock number 1, he's going to switch over to the spear, try to keep Cosolix on his toes.
Neutral light coming in, tries to go for the chase dodge, down light. Nice damage coming out from Cosolix. Is he going to try to go unarmed to clean up the edge guard? Stingray's going to be able to get back, picks up the lance, forces Cosolix to continue to fight unarmed. It's Lance v Lance, but still a nice lead for Stingray.
Side air is going to finish off for Cosolix. Didn't take too much damage. Macho Man relatively tanky, and he's going to prime that next weapon.
And Macho Man, I don't know if you saw him back in the day, but ooh, that's a big man. He's a beefy man. He's a thick man. You're not knocking him out easily.
I mean, he is the cream of the crop, and he does rise to the top, but you see Stingray going in, expecting Cosolix to maybe dodge down, so he goes for that read with that down signature, but Cosolix was ready for it, avoided it.
Weapon toss is coming up, keeping Stingray just a little bit zoned away while Cosolix refreshes that lance.
Yeah, wants to refresh the durability on that one. Over time, weapons will get more damage, and then he'll get hit, and the weapon will go away.
This is probably the first video game that I've been like ever okay with weapons having durability on. Still the dumbest mechanic in video games to ever exist.
It's great when it happens to the opponent. It's rough when it happens to you. Nice weapon toss. Needs more. Stingray goes low, but a nice weapon toss from Cosolix again to finish off the stock.
Gonna toss that axe up. He's gonna pick it back up. Oh, quick cleanup, man. Ooh. And the flag taunt. Claiming Brawlhalla for his own.
Couldn't outspace that one. Stingray with just a small lead in that spear neutral light.
There's the silent.
Ooh, down light, there.
Picks up the 3-piece.
The classic spear plays. Chasing down.
Picks it up again. One. Ooh! That side air sent Cosolix just a little bit too far.
If that side sig hit.
Oh!
Side sig.
The beefcake! Still making it back to the stage.
Side
sig!
He
did it again!
Yo, it covers the whole map. Why not? Stingray taking a game off of Cosolix. That's 1 apiece.
Now, we were talking to Steven. What is his job here? I don't remember. He's an artist, right?
Yes.
Okay. Steven, the red hair guy, you see him sometimes on here. He's an artist. And he was talking about that he thinks Orion is really good. And me and Fron were sitting there, and we were like, he's really not that good. And then Steven just out of nowhere says, watch tomorrow. Someone comes out of nowhere and wins with Orion. And we were just like, it's literally not going to happen. There's absolutely no way.
All I'm saying is if this is Steven, he's not allowed to be playing.
That's true.
All right? He's a developer. He's not allowed to be taking our prize money.
And Steven doesn't have a great alibi for this weekend yet.
I know.
So we really don't know. This could possibly be Steven. That could be what the ST and Stingray stands for.
Never seen Steven and Stingray in the same room at the same time, just saying.
I bet they called him Steven the Stingray. Ask him his childhood nickname when he gets to work on Monday. Bet.
He'll stumble on it a little. He'll be like,
then you know. Then you know. That's how you know.
The
That's
manta
when
ray.
you press
Steven the
X
manta
to doubt.
ray.
Detective Duke presses X to doubt, and you catch him. Oh, man, what a
nice recovery.
Beautiful opening here at the beginning of this game.
The axe sider coming out from Cosolix. He hasn't been able to find the momentum with the lance that he was looking for, which is one of the reasons why he's been kind of relegated to this axe, but there is the weapon advantage.
Stingray being very careful, not overextending too much with his unarmed to try and finish up the edge guard when Cosolix had the weapon advantage. Even on stage, he was being very careful, and he's able to clinch that first stock. He's like half to 2/3 of his way through on this first stock. Like, he still has room to get knocked around before he's in danger.
Yeah, Cosolix was really relying on that weapon toss down to stop that recovery coming out from Stingray.
Sidelight side air coming out from Cosolix. Not going to be a true option. You're going to see Stingray easily dodge through that. Sidelight nair. Cosolix may be looking for the follow-up.
I don't think he was expecting to land on that platform. You saw him kind of stutter there and just look uncomfortable for a minute. The down signature going to catch Cosolix off guard.
Ooh, that was close to hitting.
Side air just going to send Stingray off screen. Still not enough to finish off this first stock.
Ooh.
This is a tough spot for Cosolix.
Oh, no! Cosolix! Oh my gosh, is Stingray in his head?
Got stung.
Stingray is in Cosolix's head, swimming around, flipping his little Stingray flippies. I don't know what they're called, but he's
They're
in
definitely
there.
not called Stingray flippies. I'll
He
tell
in
you
there.
that one.
I'm not a marine biologist. Back off. I don't know.
Stingray, though, finally loses his first stock to Cosolix, but still a full stock advantage over the Canadian Cosolix.
Beautiful. Nice little three-piece.
Went for the ground pound.
Ooh. Try to catch the dodge down. The gravity cancel side signature. Stingray might just run away with this game.
He definitely is looking like it. Cosolix is not finding the punishes that he's looking for. Finally hits the ground pound.
Oh!
Hits the down air. Still has time for the recovery, but another ground pound from Cosolix.
Stingray almost had a gnarly read with that gravity cancel neutral
It was
signature.
very close. Cosolix needs to maintain this weapon advantage.
Ooh.
Nice airs. Expects him to go down, so he goes for the down air. Stingray gets back. That's some solid damage, but still not enough to keep Cosolix in this.
There's the nair. Immediately goes back down. Doesn't try to chase with a recovery. One of the few spear down signatures we've seen. We've seen a lot of sides. No neutrals this game. Stingray's going to have to be careful. All these signatures he's throwing out. Cosolix is finding this damage. Rallying back.
Still close to side. Do it! Stingray! One game away from knocking Cosolix out and going into the top 3 against Ethan.
Cosolix expanding down to small Brawlhaven, Apocalypse, Demon Island. We're going back to Brawlhaven.
That is crazy that he would leave small Brawlhaven with how well Stingray was able to utilize Spear side signature to cover the map. That is crazy to me that Cosolix would leave that on the field.
Now, Stingray's clan name is Flow State. This Saturday, he is in his Flow State, for sure.
Yeah, man. Can't ride a bike with no handlebars.
What?
Flowbots.
Oh.
Sidelight Nair coming out.
I don't think
from
anyone
Cosolix.
watching this is old enough to
I know,
that
right?
song.
That really makes me feel old.
That was like when I was 16. That was what I was listening to when I was driving, being edgy. Being like,
but only that one
like,
song by
I get the metaphor. I understand the metaphor.
That one's for Wilson and Noel.
I'm 16 and this is deep.
Stingray with the spear play is coming out, getting the damage advantage over Cosolix. Cosolix really hoping for that Lance spawn. Finally picks it up. Didn't take any damage while he was unarmed. Uh-oh.
Getting away from that weapon toss. Cosolix going to pick it back up. Hits the sidelight Nair. Nair coming out. Double weapon tosses from both players. One throwing up, one throwing down. Cosolix again rallying back. This time doing a better job keeping it even and keeps Stingray just a little bit weapon starved. Ooh, there's the side air.
Still not quite enough to finish off Stingray, though. Sidelight didn't expect it to hit. You saw him back off, but the side air will finish it off. Cosolix with a slight lead over Stingray.
It was interesting. When Cosolix got the knockout, he left that weapon spawn on the field. I think he was worried about how quickly the sidekick brings you in and how close the sidekick spawning was to that weapon spawn. I think he was worried about not being able to pick up his lance back up.
Oh, I was thinking more that he knew his lance was primed and he knew he was basically at kill percent, so he'd rather just be ready to have a lance when he comes back in than have to worry about repriming. You see, you
Stingray.
can see how reliant Cosolix is on those down tosses to get him back down to ground. Every time Stingray juggles him up, Cosolix has to use that weapon toss down, and it's leaving him unarmed.
Now, I know it looks like we're in Brawlhaven, but we're actually under the sea. And Stingray is king under the sea. He feels so at home in his flow state. He knows all the currents. He's seen all the current maps that NOAA puts out. In NOAA, National Oceanography.
Oh, okay.
Something or other. But he has such a lead right here. Has Cosolix towards the latter stages of orange. A couple more hits, Cosolix is going to be red. Ooh, that dare.
Sidelight. Cosolix is in trouble. You can tell he needs this stock off of Stingray. Now the side air will do it, but he cannot afford to take too much damage here. Gonna juggle a little bit, try to delay the weapon spawn. Sidelight into the down air.
Oh.
Two nairs. Chase dodges up. Stingray has the ground advantage.
Oh, Cosolix wants all of this damage as fast as he can.
Yo, he's getting it.
How quickly did he get Stingray in red?
Who's it going to be?
Are we back on land?
Cosolix take this to game number 5? They're so close. Oh, the neutral sting!
Stingray takes it. He's guaranteed top 3, knocking out Cosolix. He wants the chance to go back against Pugsy in the grand finals to undo the mistakes that he made before. Pugsy sent him down here. He wants that run back. First, he's going to have to go through Ethan, but taking down Cosolix is a fantastic step on the way to the grand finals.
And one of the big things about that final game is that Cosolix actually had more damage than Stingray. He had put out, I think, about 50 more damage than Stingray did, but just the kill efficiency coming out from Stingray, we saw him hating those neutral signatures basically at the